Hello everyone, a very, very good afternoon. Welcome to the Delius Mass of Life. It is so good to see so many of you here live, and I know many others will be catching up later on. You can hear in the background AC Bach is performing his essential duties on this, I think, the hottest day in the history of the United Kingdom. It is currently nearly 37 degrees here in Bristol, and although I have a lovely cool blast coming from this direction, I have unbelievable heat. If I can actually feel the heat coming from the window to my right here. So I'm going to end up like a barbecued sausage, I think. Well done on one side and still frozen on the other. But that's really, that's just a distraction from this fantastic music. You really have taken a huge leap of faith with us, everyone. And as we go through today, this week, and indeed the coming weeks and months, I am sure you are going to love this journey. This is a course unlike any other. I shall be going on and on about this. Carol's saying keep AC Bach on. Don't worry, Carol. AC Bach is staying on. This is what it's going to sound like when I'm talking to you. But when the music's playing, have a listen to this. Will still hear all the detail in the music. I'll just turn the microphone down. Now, before we crack on with this, and before I go waffling on about how amazing it is and what a fantastic time we're going to have, and that we get to sing with the Bergen Philharmonic, and we get to be conducted by Sir Mark Elder, and all this other stuff, the most absolutely essential, vital job I have to do this afternoon is say, hello, Mark. Welcome back from holiday. We really missed you. Hope you had a good time. Don't forget, you've got all of those sessions to catch up on from last week. We expect you to watch all of the Lark Ascending. Okay, comment, even though there's nobody there, we want comments, please. And I do hope you enjoy the Mozart C minor concert when you hear it. It is astonishing, and I think we can all be very, very proud of the work we put into that. And I do need to say to everyone watching, if you were in the Mozart C minor Mass, the Delius, not as challenging in many, many ways. Yes, we have to sing in German, but we've got an amazing set of pronunciation guides. Yes, we have some tricky movements. There is no doubt that you are going to need to work hard, and you are going to need to put some practice in. But if you sang that Cum Sancto Spiritu Fugue, you know the one I mean, or the Hosanna Fugue at full speed, nothing to compare with that. So you can take a deep, deep breath and a sigh of relief. We're going to have the most amazing experience with this Delius. I promise you're going to have a fabulous time. So let me welcome everyone. And I know we've got lots of people watching later on. To all of you, thank you for being here. Thank you for signing up for this course. If you haven't signed up for it yet, just hang about a minute, all right? I'm going to play the tracks, but the tracks themselves unusually do not represent the final product. We're going to learn this work together over the next few weeks, and then the actual thing is going to be recorded with an incredible orchestra over 2 evenings at the end of September with one of the world's great conductors, not me, Sir Mark Elder, who Mark and I had a very, very interesting and very characterful chat with. We didn't record it, but it's a chat I'll never forget, getting to chat with Sir Mark. And you are all going to have the most amazing time. And it's a huge leap forward for this choir. We are partnering with a face-to-face ensemble, and not just any choir, one of the world's great orchestras. Their choir is phenomenal. They're such a lovely bunch of people. I can't wait to get started. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm delighted to welcome so many people here live at the moment, and more joining us every moment. If you haven't signed up yet, there is still time to do so, and I promise you're just going to have the most amazing time. Hello to Atty, hello Alison, hello Andrew, hello Anne, hello Anne, hello Anne, hello Annie, hello to Barbara, hello Bev, hello Bigot, hello to Bridget, hello Carol, hello Carolyn, hello Catherine. There's some names here I haven't seen for ages. It's so lovely to welcome you back. Hello to Andy as well. Hello, Mark. Welcome home. Hello, Christine. Hello, Christine. Hello, Claire. Hello, Dave, and hello, Jill. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Emma. Hello, Ethel. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, Graham. Hello, Helena. Hello, Epi. Hello, Iris. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Jane. Hello, Jane. Hello, Jean. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Judy. Hello, Judith. Hello, Judith. Hello, Leonora. Hello, Linda. Hello, Linda. Hello, Liz. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Liz. Hello, Maria. Hello to Marianne. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nina. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Paul and Nancy. Hello, Philomena. Hello, Richard. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Soraya. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sue. Hello, Susanna. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Terry. Nearly there. Hello, Toby. Hello, Trudy. Hello, Jane. Hello, Ulla. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, William. And I'm just going to check the comments to see if I've missed anyone, so I hate to miss anyone. It's so lovely to see you. Hello, Christine. Hello, Claire. 40 degrees in the Pyrenees. Goodness me. Hello, Frida. 10 a.m. in New Jersey. Oh, it's very, very hot here, but thank you for that. Hello to Joe from Yateley. Hello to everyone. It is great to see you. As I say, there's some names here I haven't seen for weeks or months. It is so good to have you with us. This is going to be, I think the best word to describe it genuinely is epic. Epic. The music is phenomenal. It's one of those pieces, and Mark, I do tell him he's right from time to time. It does happen. Okay, we're a good team. We work together, and Mark is right about this one. When you hear it the first time, you go, "What on earth is this?" After the 10th listen, you love it. And for some of us, actually, this is one of those cases we do need to put a little asterisk. You need to sing it, and once you've sung it, and once you've got it into your voice, it's just fantastic. It really is. Just be aware, the first movement is, I think, is one of the two hardest things in the whole thing. Okay, it is challenging, but we are putting in the kind of support we haven't put in with any other course yet. I'll tell you all about it when we officially start in a couple of minutes, but the universal link for this course is going to have so many amazing support documents, supporting recordings, so many resources for you so that you can sing along and feel not just happy but confident in your performance when we come to record it. But I'm going to go through all of that in a minute. It is so good to see so many of you. Hello to Bob, who's just joined us. Hello, Gillian. It is fabulous. Hello to Leslie in Chicago. Hello, Liz, who's ready, and she needs this. Well, I think we all do. This is just such a great project. Hello to Amanda. William said, did Delius realise that the choir has tenors? Oh, just you wait, William. He definitely did. Hello to Calico Silver. A Massive Life is my favourite musical work of all time. Well, then you are in the right place. Thank you for being here. Hello to Ulla. It's so great to see everyone. Hello, Christine. How many Christines do we have? It's never enough. But how many do we have here at the moment? There are 4, and I'm sure Christine will be along in a minute. It is fabulous to see everyone. Well, Mark has said it all. We are so thrilled that you are all here for this wonderful course. If you've just joined us, think, what is that hissing, humming background noise? I have an air conditioner, the one and only AC Bach. He's on in the corner, blasting freezing cold air towards me whilst I am being baked from the window here. Now, I've closed it all up, but it's very, very hot. So don't worry, when the music's playing, you won't hear this. And just more on this in a minute. I need to stop waffling and get started. It is so good to see you. Do enjoy the launch of this incredible work. And here we go. So a very good afternoon, everyone in Choir of the Earth. I'm very pleased to dub you all Delians, which to me sounds either like fans of a particular chef here in the UK or perhaps Doctor Who villains. Anyway, we're all united in joy at this incredible Mass of Life. This is Delius's magnum opus, his greatest work, and many of us, most of us I think, had never even heard of it before this year, but the person who had this passionate love of this piece, has been talking about it for as long as I've known him, is of course Mark Strawn, who joins us today, fresh back from his holiday, almost certainly very tanned, and exceptionally excited about this project. Now, if you just allow me a moment before we start looking at the music, I want to just take you through the outline of what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks and indeed months. This is a very unusual course for Choir of the Earth. Most of you know that what we'd normally do is we would launch the course today, we would sing along with guide tracks, usually provided by the wonderful Fieri consorts, and then we'd ask you to record, we mix it all together, and then we do a concert job done. That's not what we're doing this time. This is a unique course. We've not done this before. We are going to learn the course, we're going to learn the music over the next few weeks. Now, we have 3 weeks of rehearsals leading us up to the second week of August. We'll then have 2 weeks off. Now, that's for a number of reasons. That is to allow yours truly to go off on holiday with my family and take a much needed break, because it's been a long year, folks. But also to allow part one of this Delius to thoroughly sink in, for allow you to sing it and get to know it. Then when I get back, we will have a further couple of weeks to learn the rest of this fabulous work. And then by mid-September, you will have been taught the whole thing. Now, that is not by any means the end of the process. We're not going to ask you to record at that point. We're going to ask you to rehearse it, keep it fresh. We'll organise at least one additional session, which isn't on your universal link, but we'll do a rehearsal where we all come together and get really excited about it, because what's going to happen at the end of September is truly spectacular. The incredible Bergen Philharmonic Orchestra, this amazing orchestra in, do you know what, in Bergen, in Norway, they are performing the Mass of Life in the Grieghallen in Bergen, and that is going to take place at the end of September. This is a very special performance. Many of you will know that Delius and Grieg were huge friends, dear, dear, dear friends, and Delius spent time in Norway with Grieg, and what's really interesting is that this amazing Mass of Life has never been performed in Norway before. So the Bergen Philharmonic will perform the Mass of Life as their Norwegian premiere at the end of September this year. It will be led by one of the world's greatest conductors, Sir Mark Elder, and they will perform it twice, live. We'll be able to watch that particular live stream as it happens. But it's better than that. What we're going to do is we are going to record not just Sir Mark Elder's conducting, but also we are going to record each individual section of the Bergen Philharmonic Choir. So there will be microphones on key singers in the choir, and the sections will be mic'd, so that when they've finished performing the Delius live over 2 nights, we'll choose the best performances of each night, we will have one voice louder parts. You will have a conducting track, and you'll have been taught the piece over the summer by yours truly. At that point, at the end of September, we turn it over to you to start recording, and you will have the most incredible set of resources, which I'll go through in a minute. We then mix your voices with the Bergen performance to produce a brand new type of performance. A live concert with a digital choir joining in. And because we've mic'd it one voice louder, and because Connor is going to be the lead mixer and yours truly will be overseeing the entire mix, you will end up with the most spectacular performance. It really is going to be unbelievable. The word, as I said at the start, is epic. Truly epic. Now, that's the goal. That's what we're heading towards. Now, in order to get there, we have prepared, I think, the most incredible set of resources we've yet prepared. Now, you have your scores. Hopefully you've all seen those on the universal link. It's a very special edition with a little forward from Mark and myself. And what you'll notice going through, yes, we are singing in German, but we have the most phenomenal set of pronunciation guides which have been created for us by the Bergen Philharmonic. And the chap who's recorded, his name is Norbert. No, I don't think he's any relation to our Norb, but he has done some fantastic guides. We'll hear one in a minute. And these are a mixture. Well, we have pure German, but you also have an English translation and then translated into German. So we have those pronunciation guides. We also have guide tracks, lead tracks produced for us by the incredible Fieri Consort. Now, these are unusual in that we have a piano track, we have instruments playing the solo parts and just the chorus parts recorded. We won't be recording along with these. Remember, we're recording along with the Bergen Choir. We have though Fieri guide tracks to lead us through, which are absolutely brilliant. We're also asking Josh, who's produced these tracks for us, to produce some very special versions of these guide tracks. More on that in your rehearsals this week. So everyone, it is going to be an epic experience, not just learning this piece, which very few people have learnt, not just singing along with a live stream, but actually recording and having our voices blended with a live performance and then premiered to the world. And it's fair to say that Bergen are, I think, as excited about this project as we are to be working with them. All right, everyone. So what I thought we'd do is I thought we would start off by listening and enjoying some of this piece. We are going to look at the first movement this week. It is huge. It is like starting. Those of you that know your movies, you know, it's like starting with the big battle scene. It's like starting, like the opening of Star Wars, with that big ship flying above. It is an enormous start to a work. And I thought what I'd do this afternoon, rather than just hit you with that, I thought we'd start with something a little bit gentler and ease you in. Okay. Now, we're not looking at this next movement this week. We'll be looking at it in the weeks to come. But I would like to start by playing you something truly beautiful. And it is the first part of part 3 of part 1. Now, the mass itself is in 2 parts. And the third movement, I'll give you a page number in just a moment, just while I get there. The third movement is in sections. We've broken it down into chunks because that's what we do. It starts on page 45 of your score, everyone, and it's absolutely glorious. Remembering what you're going to hear is a sort of computerized piano and fiery voices to guide us through. What you'll be performing with in the end will be an internationally renowned symphony orchestra. Now the Philharmonic, I should say, Philharmonic Orchestra. Now we're going to listen to the first part of part 3. It's not very long. It's very lovely. Lyrically, it's a nice way of easing us in because we have the following lyrics: ah, and then la. And that, I think, is as good a place as any to start for those of us who don't speak German as our first language. And we'll go through this first section from page 45 to around about page 55, everyone. Okay, so this is our little introduction. This is our toe in the water with this gorgeous work. Now, bearing in mind, this should call to mind a beautiful nighttime scene. Okay, so here is our first toe in the water. Here is part 1 of part 3 of part 1, starting on page 45. Enjoy. This is the bottom of page 49. What a place to leave it. Now, of course, that is the end of the first chunk of the third movement. And case tenors and basses are out the game thinking, oh, what are we going to do? Don't worry. There is plenty for you to do in this lovely work. But just as a little toe in the water, as I say, it's a start for this this amazing course. I'm sure you'll agree. It's absolutely lovely. When you're singing the full orchestration, you get this incredible sense of colour and of scene, which really it's really hard to describe. I do hope you're all taking advantage of the amazing resources on your Universal Link already. You have not just full performances with Mark and myself chatting over them, but you also have that amazing full playthrough of David Hill's recording with the score on screen. And do take advantage of that. It's all time stamped. You can jump straight to the movement that you need to and just get a sense of the orchestra and how incredibly beautiful that music is. But on its own, haven't the Fieri again done an incredible job? In case you're wondering what's going on with the piano, it's a MIDI piano that's been put together by John Fletcher, and we're hugely grateful to him. He gave us permission to use his incredible MIDI files, and they are all there for you to use with your face-to-face choirs whenever you need to. So that's as I say, a gentle little way in. I'd like to do another gentle movement before we have a listen to the opening. I thought what we do is we jump forward through the work. Now, I don't know about you, I've got my score digitally. Some of you have bought your own. Bearing in mind, you can order them again through your Universal Link. For £17, you can have a specially printed bound edition sent to your house. How about that? Obviously, postage and packing applies. What I'd like us to look at is the fourth movement here, everyone, which is on page 87. And this is one of the movements we will be looking at this week. We'll be looking at the first movement in our long morning sessions. Bearing in mind, we've put 90 minutes on the schedule in order to get through everything. It will take that long. These are big movements, but the afternoon rehearsals are shorter because we're just looking at the fourth movement in part one, which is pages 87, everyone, to page 92. And here you will hear far more from the tenors and basses. And basses, well, you've got this fantastic line at the end. It's all great. Let's just enjoy the fourth movement of part one, everyone, page 87, and then we will listen to the epic first movement. Here we go. There we are, everyone. Isn't it gorgeous music? And bearing in mind, if you're expecting constant harmonies and perfect cadences and so on, this sort of, it's not that kind of piece. You've already noticed. I think it has more musically in common with Impressionist painting. The idea of creating colors, textures, emotions from not just beautiful chords, but beautiful orchestration, and that one beautiful chord will lead to another. It might not necessarily be what Bach, Mozart, or Beethoven would have done, but it will paint a clear picture in your mind. And of course, it's this style of music which then evolved and developed into what we come to know and love as modern film music. So there's a huge amount of pictorial description going on here in the harmony, in the melody, and of course then subsequently in the orchestration. Now, if you are like quite a number of people in the choir, myself included, and looking at the German and thinking that's going to be tricky, well, let me just play you the German translation and the German pronunciation guide for the movement we've just enjoyed. So you have all of these through your universal link. Do please take advantage of them. They've appeared today. If you have got your universal link and you've got it memorizing, oh, that's not on there, it's appeared today. Huge thanks again to Håkan, who is the chorus master of the Bergen Philharmonic, for sharing these with us. Thank you to Norbert for recording them. And here's a little glimmer, here's a little bit of the German, and just have a little listen to what we've got for you. Here we go.
This is number 4 in part 1. The texts I'm reading are only parts of the wider text that the baritone is singing, and the chorus is echoing bits of the baritone's text. So if you want to understand it in context, you need to look at the baritone's text as well. But here are the chorus bits. The world is sleeping. Die Welt schläft. Ah, the dog is howling. The moon shines. Ach, der Hund heult. Der Mond scheint. Now I have died already. It is over. Nun starb ich schon. Es ist dahin. Who shall be the Lord of the earth? Wer soll der Erde Herr sein? So you shall walk. So sollt ihr laufen. What speaks the deep midnight? Was spricht die tiefe Mitternacht?
So there you are, folks. That was a translation, and an actual accurate translation, rather than the one you have in the score, of the German, and then beautifully enunciated pronunciation guides. Thank you. It's Norbert Mein has done these for the Bergen Choir, and they have shared them with us. So before each of our sessions, and before we learn any particular movement, we will listen to the pronunciation guide for the movement, so that we can get start to get our mouths around them. Now, ideally, you'll be rolling R's at various points. It's really useful to just write all over your score and do whatever you need to do to make sure the pronunciation is as good as it can be. One of the things the Bergen Philharmonic is renowned for, and Håkan, the chorus master, is incredibly proud of this, is that they win awards, everyone. They've won various gramophone awards for best choir. They did an incredible recording of Peter Grimes, which I thoroughly recommend, and they are commended on the quality of their pronunciation. They're a Norwegian choir, but when they sing in English, they sound like an English choir. When they sing in German, they sound like a German choir. So our job, everyone, is to do our very, very best with the pronunciation. I don't want anyone to be put off by this. Rather, I want you to feel engaged. I want you to feel energized. I want you to feel confident about the fact that if we put our minds to it, we can accomplish literally anything musically. If you don't believe me, I'd like to refer you to the Mahler 8, Messiah, Mozart C minor Mass, the enormity of this choir's output. It's going to be absolutely epic. Now, what I want us to do now is to go through the first movement, and we're not just going to launch into it. We're going to listen along to Norbert's German pronunciation guide. What you just heard there was brilliant resource. English first, then German, English, German, and so on. What we're going to hear, and that exists, by the way, for all of the movements, but what we're going to hear right now is the pure German pronunciation of the first movement. So if everyone could turn, please, to the first page of the score. I'm just looking at the comments. Bob says, engaged and challenged, it can be done. Of course it can be done. It will be done. It's going to be an incredible journey. But I wouldn't expect anyone at the start of this, in the same way, if you're going to climb, take for example Kilimanjaro, and you've just arrived at base camp and you're looking at it thinking, how are we going to get up there? Not only are we going to get up there, we're going to have the most amazing time climbing, we're going to come down together, and we're going to celebrate at the end. But it is going to be an epic journey. Now I'm going to play you Norbert's German guide. Bear in mind there is an English translation and it's in your universal link, and I would thoroughly encourage you and urge you to go and listen to it and to get it on your playlist and to enjoy it. But we're going to listen to the other type of pronunciation guide that we have, which is in German only, and he's going to go through the movement. So I would just make sure you've got your score ready, and as we go through, he's going to basically go at a moderate pace, so just keep turning the pages, and he is going to go through the German for you. I'm not expecting you to be able to do this straight away. It's the first time you've heard it, but just be aware this resource is there for you. You can practice it as often as you like. And here we go. So this is the first movement, and this is the German pronunciation guide. Here we go.
O du mein Wille, du Wende aller Not, du meine Notwendigkeit, bewahre mich vor allen kleinen Siegen. Du Schickung meiner Seele, die ich Schicksal heiße,
Top of page 9.
du in mir, über mir, bewahre und spare mich auf zu einem großen Schicksale.
Okay, top of page 11.
Dass ich einst bereit und reif sei im großen Mittage, bereit und reif, gleich glühendem Erze,
Top of 14.
bereit zu mir selber und zu meinem verborgensten Willen, ein Bogen brünstig nach seinem Pfeil, ein Pfeil brünstig nach seinem Sterne, ein Stern bereit und reif in seinem Mittage, glühend durchbohrt, selig
19.
vor vernichtenden Sonnenpfeilen. Eine Sonne selber und ein unerbittlicher Sonnenwille, zum Vernichten bereit im Siegen.
Page 23.
O Wille, Wende aller Not, du meine Notwendigkeit, spare mich auf zu einem großen Siege.
And at that point, everyone, it goes back to the words from the very beginning, O du mein Wille, and so on. Now, that is the most phenomenal pronunciation guide, isn't it, everyone? And the entire piece has got both the German, just like that, and it has the translated version as well. So we are truly, truly lucky to have these, and I think they're going to be very, very useful. Angie made a very good point. Hello, Angie. That Norbert is speaking here with very open vowels, and I would encourage everyone. I said those of us here in the UK, we do have a tendency to sort of close the mouth a little bit, and this is marvelous, it's lovely, and actually it does need to be much, much, much bigger, much more open, much more rounded, in order to match that sound, because we want to make sure that when we add our voices to that of the Bergen Philharmonic Choir, that we are adding to their sound, that we are contributing to this world-renowned, award-winning pronunciation from this fabulous choir. So that is what we're going to do at the start of each movement. To each session, we will go through the German. We might even do it twice so that we have an opportunity to just refresh our memories. But it would be really useful if you could use your universal links to just note when your rehearsal is and just go through, mark your scores up, listen to the pronunciation guide, and just spend a bit of time with the German so that when you first encounter it with me, it's not the very first time you've ever seen it. Now, all that being said, I want to play you the first movement, and I'm going to play it to you twice. And this, if you've not heard it before, well, strap in. This is an incredible way to start a piece of music. I understand from speaking to Mark that Delius originally wrote a gentle opening to this piece, 7 pages or so of quiet music before this movement came in, and he binned it. He wanted it to start with a bang, and goodness me, it really does. So let's enjoy the Fieri Consort at the, well, I mean, they're rarely better. The only thing I've ever heard better than the Fieri Consort is subsequent Fieri Consort projects. So they have absolutely knocked this out of the park. We are sharing this, by the way, with Bergen. They have all of the Fieri tracks. They are immensely grateful and very impressed. So, you know, our dear friends in the Fieri are making waves all around the world. So, let's enjoy O du mein Wille. We're going to go all the way through it. We'll take a pause, and then we'll enjoy it a second time. Here we go, everyone. My goodness me. Oh. Now, let me make a prediction. Out there, we've got a wide range of reactions to that. We've got people who know and love this work, who are sitting there like this, just absolutely besotted with it. We've got people for whom it's the first time they've ever heard it, and they're just sort of, what have I just heard? And everything in between, panoply of reactions. And you can see, first of all, you can see perhaps why this work is not as often performed as, let's say, the Mozart Requiem. But you can also start to see, I think, even those who've heard it for the first time, you can hear some absolute beauty in there. And that is the key. Delius is writing vertically and horizontally. He's writing chords that sound gorgeous, and that when they move to another chord, you get a sort of a rush, a sense of wow. It does throw some particular challenges at the choir, but on the other hand, I've rarely heard an opening movement to a choral work that is just so arresting, so exciting, so amazing. Epic is the word. Now, do bear in mind, I will be teaching you it note by note. I shall bring to bear all of my teaching tricks, all of those little repetitive exercises, all of my years of experience into teaching you this work over the course of 90 minutes in both parts. You'll notice, of course, that there are top C's for the sopranos. You note that there are bottom notes that go below the stave for the basses. So this is very much one that if you are a first soprano, it's that top line for you. Second sops, you're almost certainly not going to want to go near the first soprano part. However, if you've got a wide range, it's open for you to record as much as you would like. Okay, now, and not to be going, how many altos singing that final F? Yeah, again, this is very much a case of there is a first alto part which is much more of a mezzo part, and there will be the option for second altos to drop down there. Please be assured we will make it accessible for everyone. That is, after all, the point. I don't want anyone to be looking at this being put off by, oh, that's too high for me. We will find a way around it. That's the joy of it all. Now, I promise you, when I first heard this, Mark sent me a link. Listen to this. I listened to it, and my reaction was, wow. That's all I could say. It was, I didn't know if I liked it. And now I am conducting it with you. I adore it. I can't get it out of my head. It is one of those pieces. So do please trust us. We are going to take you through this. Now, before we have it again, we have produced a new type of track for this very course. We're going to be premiering it this week. You, of course, will have the full tracks. You will have the one voice louder parts for each of those singers, as always. But we've asked Josh to produce something very new, very different. We've asked for what I've called part louder. Okay, what we're going to have is just the sopranos first and second and piano, just the altos first and second and piano, just the tenors, and so on. So just for these tricky movements, there are two tricky movements like this in the first part. The others are, I think, really quite straightforward once we get into them. But for this movement, you will have your single voice louder with everyone else in the other ear. You will have full voice, but you will also have just the soprano voices and piano. None of the rest of the choir, so you can practice along whichever part you like. And we've asked Josh to pan soprano 1 to one ear, soprano 2 to the other, and piano in the middle. So you have the option of taking one ear off. It really is going to be as accessible and as supportive as we can make it, everyone. Now then, let's have it one more time, because as Mark says in all caps here, please listen to it again and again and again and again. The more you listen to it, the more it goes in. In the same way, when I first saw Impressionist painting, when I first saw Seurat's paintings, I wasn't sure if I liked them. Now I adore them. When I first heard the jazz of Miles Davis and John Coltrane, I didn't know if I liked it. I love it. When I first heard The Rite of Spring, I covered my ears. Now I can't get enough. It really is a case of the more you hear it, the more you learn to love it. And the more you love it, well, the more you want to sing it. So let's have it again, everyone. Here we go. I cannot tell you how much I'm falling for this piece, ladies and gents. It really was. I was conducting along, and I had the same rush of joy, the same buzz I got conducting the Mozart Mass in C minor, which is a piece I've loved my whole life. And I can feel this piece getting its claws into my head. And I appreciate I've listened to it a fair amount over the last few weeks and months, but it is, as always, sitting in front of you, conducting it, knowing that you're out there watching, some of you having a go at singing along even now. And that just fills my heart with absolute, utter joy. I cannot wait to start teaching this piece. Now, before we finish for today, just a couple of extra little treats for you. Now, we need to confirm the dates of this, but Bergen are an incredibly generous orchestra and choir, and they have said that when they start their full rehearsals, which will be towards the end of August, that we are invited to sit in. Now, I appreciate flying to Bergen is going to be a little bit tricky, so what we'll do is we'll arrange with Håkon, who is the chorus master, to broadcast several of their rehearsals so that we can be in the room with the choir and you can get a sense of the tempo and the flow, because obviously what we're singing along with at the moment is kind of robotic. It is a computerized version of the piece. We'll know the notes, but we won't have necessarily the sense of flow and shape that Sir Mark is going to bring to it. So we'll have an opportunity to sit in with the choir and sing with them, and as soon as we have those dates and those broadcasts, we will share them with you. That again is another aspect to this, which is exceptionally exciting, that we get to be in the room with the Bergen Philharmonic, and Mark will attest they are an incredible choir. He and I of course sang with them when we were there earlier in the year. By which I mean we warmed up with them, but it was a brilliant experience, and they are a really lovely, very friendly bunch. One other thing to bear in mind, of course, is that we will have an opportunity to run this work all the way through several times before we sing with Bergen. We'll be able to watch their performances, both of them, live as they happen through their website, and we'll be able to chat as it's going on, and we'll share our excitement at the project, and then you will be singing along, as I say, not just with a one voice louder part, but with a full orchestra and with Sir Mark Elder conducting you as if you are in the stands for the Bergen performance. And then the video that's going to be produced at the end, everyone, will be filmed in the Grieghallen, which in itself is an incredible space, and they're talking about putting your pictures up in the background so that you are there physically as well. It's just the most amazing project. I've really, the last time I was this excited about a Cry of the Earth project, it was Messiah. It was world changing, and that's what this is. No one has ever attempted a project quite like this, producing a piece there and then, singing along with it, combining it to produce a new kind of performance, and you are all going to be part of it. So I appreciate the music. For some of us it's going to take 10 listens, it might even take 20 listens. For some of us it is going to take a while for it to get into our heads, but once it's there, I promise you will love it. We are so honoured to be working with Bergen. We're so grateful to all of you for being here. Now let me just confirm what's going on this week, because we'd planned to start rehearsals tomorrow, everyone, but of course, well, it's a little bit hot here in the UK. I'm sitting here with the air conditioning on its lowest setting, blasting out. I'm still very uncomfortable because the temperature here is very hot indeed. So we're not going to be having rehearsals tomorrow to allow the heat wave to pass. So we will be rehearsing with the tenors on Wednesday morning this week. This is all UK time, of course, 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Then Wednesday afternoon this week, we'll have sopranos at 3 p.m. and we'll have altos at 3:45. And we'll be looking at that lovely fourth movement, the one with the moon shining and the dogs howling, that we listened to a few minutes ago. So that's going to be 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Then Thursday morning is going to be epic, truly epic. We'll have the basses looking at movement number 1 at 10 a.m. That's UK time, so it's an hour earlier than we'd normally be rehearsing. Then we'll have the altos at 11:45. That's going to be quite a day. We will then have basses in the afternoon. So basses, you will be worked hard on Thursday. Remember, of course, if you can't make it live, it's all saved for you. And then back to normal then, sopranos at 11 a.m. on Friday, and then tenors at 3 p.m. on Friday. So the mornings this week are going to be packed with that amazing first movement. By the end of this week, you will all have been taught it in both parts, and we'll also have looked at that lovely fourth movement as well. So everyone, I hope you are excited about this. Mark and I are giddy, frankly, about this project, and so grateful to all of you for being part of it. Huge thanks to the Fieri Consort, huge thanks to Josh in particular, who has done an incredible job of mixing everything and continues to produce these amazing tracks. Thanks to Mark Cease for putting together the incredible link, and thanks again to Bergen for all of their support. I really do believe this is something very special, and I'm so glad you're all going to be with us on this epic journey. So everyone, I will see you on Wednesday. No streams tomorrow while we let the heatwave pass. If you are in the UK, or if you're in mainland Europe, where there is currently a horrible heatwave, we wish you all the very best. Do please have a significant drink of water, stay hydrated, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you at your next rehearsal very, very soon. The Massive Life is launched, everyone. Can't wait. All the best, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.